14% rise in recorded crime comes as figures show number of police officers has fallen to lowest level since 1996. Knife crime has increased by 21% in the 12 months to September. Photograph diverse images. Getty Images. Universal Images Group. The rise in crime in England and Wales is accelerating, with a 14% year-on-year increase in offences recorded by forces across England and Wales, according to police figures. The 14% rise in recorded crime shown in quarterly figures released on Thursday has been accompanied by even steeper increases in knife crime, which has gone up by 21% in the 12 months to September, and gun crime, which has risen by 20%. The steep rises in violent crime come as official figures show the number of police officers in England and Wales has further fallen by 930 in the past 12 months to 121,929, the lowest level since comparable records began in 1996. Police officer numbers are now 22,424, below the peak in 2009, when there were 144,353 officers. And there will be growing political concern over police numbers as recorded crime accelerates further, from a 6% increase recorded in the 12 months to September 2015, to 8% in the year to September 2016, and to 14% on the latest figures. The runaway 20% increases in knife and gun crime are particularly alarming, with 37,443 recorded knife offences and 6,694 recorded gun offences in the last 12 months. But there are now also emerging signs that meaningful increases are beginning to be seen in high-volume offences such as domestic burglary and car crime. The police figures show domestic burglary rose by 32% to 261,965 offences, and vehicle thefts rose 18% to 443,577. However, the rise in the police crime figures compares with a 10% fall in crime as measured by the Crime Survey of England and Wales. Official statisticians say the fall in overall crime survey levels has been fueled by a fall of 15% in levels of fraud and online computer misuse offences. The Crime Survey measures people's experience of crime based on 40,000 interviews but is less effective than the police recorded crime figures in measuring low-volume violent crime. But the increasing levels of gun and knife offences, so-called high-harm, low-volume crimes, and accelerating trends in other forms of violent crime, as well as a 36% rise in stalking and harassment and a 29% rise in robbery, will set alarm bells ringing in Downing Street. Referring to the Crime Survey figures, Mark Bangs of the Office for National Statistics said, "These latest figures indicate that levels of crime have continued to fall compared with the previous year, but this picture varied across different types of crime and not all offense types showed falls." While overall levels of violent crime were not increasing, there is evidence of rises having occurred in some of the low incidence but more harmful categories such as knife and gun crime, he said. The first year-on-year comparisons from new estimates of fraud, one of the most frequently occurring crimes, indicate fewer incidents were experienced by the general population compared with the previous year. The Shadow Home Secretary, Diane Abbott, reacted strongly to the rise in crime, saying, "These figures are truly shocking and should put an end to government complacency on crime. The Tories are failing in a basic duty to protect the public. They have now cut over 21,000 police officers since 2010, leaving forces across the country understaffed and overstretched. Police numbers are now at the lowest in 30 years. You can't fight crime on the cheap," she said. The Home Secretary, Amber Rudd, acknowledged the rise in police recorded crime but said much of the increase could be explained by changes in police recording practices and a greater willingness of victims to come forward. "So far we have seen that crimes measured by the survey, the best measure of crime as it reflects the public's experience of crime, has fallen since 2010, but we have also seen a rise in police recorded crime over the past few years," she said. The Office for National Statistics is clear that much of it can be explained by significant improvements in police recording practices and more Victims having the confidence to come forward, particularly in cases of sexual violence and domestic abuse, both things that I welcome.